Princess Beatrice has recently been observed loading luggage in a black cab on a London thoroughfare, an image that has prompted considerable speculation regarding her future. The scene involved 3 bags, including a 700 Louis Vuitton suitcase, with no accompanying explanation from royal sources. Neither her husband nor an aide was present instead. A footman and 2 police officers were noted observing the departure, the destination of which remains undisclosed. This visual followed weeks of Princess Beatrice's absence from significant public engagements, including Easter observances, the centenary commemoration for Queen Elizabeth, the Cheltenham Festival, and Commonwealth Day events, notably absent from the royal party. Her consistent withdrawal from public view, after a lifetime dedicated cultivating a presence both within and outside the royal institution, had gone without official comment until the public appearance of her luggage made the silence more pronounced. Developments surrounding Princess Beatrice are undersod extend beyond mere rumour, suggesting a foundational shift within the royal dynasty, with the princess positioned near its epicentre. Information that has emerged from within royal circles over recent months is believed fundamentally alter the understanding of her narrative, raising questions about her future that she had not previously sought address. Born on August 8, 1988, Beatrice Elizabeth Mary is the elder daughter of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor and Sarah Ferguson, and a niece of King Charles III. She held the 5th position in the line of succession at birth, a standing that has since shifted 9th as of 2026. Her educational journey commenced at St George's School in Ascot, leading a history degree from Goldsmiths, University of London. Following her academic pursuits, she embarked on a professional career marked by rapid progression and substantial achievements. This included roles at the Foreign Office and Sony Pictures, culminating in her appointment as Vice President of Partnerships and Strategy at Affinity, a global software firm, a position she maintained from 2016 through 2025. Professionally recognised as Beatrice York, her career further encompassed advisory capacities at Scale AI and Liontree Asset Management. She also established BYEQ Limited, an advisory collective specialising in emotional intelligence, particularly in the context of the burgeoning field of artificial intelligence. These professional endeavours were independently funded, not relying on royal finances, signifying her self-made career trajectory. In April 2010, she made history as the first member of the British royal family complete the London Marathon. Her marriage, Edoardo Mapelli Mozzi, on July 17, 2020, reflected a similar drive for forward momentum despite prevailing circumstances. The wedding ceremony, a private affair, took place at the Royal Chapel of All Saints in Windsor. Its scaled-back nature was a direct consequence of the reputational costs already incurred by the family due her father's public associations. Mr. Mozzi, English-born, possesses ancestral ties Italian nobility, with his family having been granted the title of Count of the Kingdom of Italy in 1913. While Andrew Mountbatten Windsor accompanied Princess Beatrice down the aisle, official photographs released by Buckingham Palace notably excluded him. For the occasion, Princess Beatrice wore a gown that had been remodelled from one belonging the Queen, complemented by the Queen Mary fringe tiara, which Queen Elizabeth II herself had worn on her own wedding day. This choice conveyed a subtle message of continuity amidst a period of considerable fracturing within the family's public image. The couple welcomed 2 daughters in their family. Sienna Elizabeth was born in September 2021, followed by Athena Elizabeth Rose, who arrived prematurely on January 22, 2025, several weeks ahead of her due date. Athena weighed 4 pounds and 5 ounces at birth and was delivered at the Chelsea and Westminster Hospital. Shortly after Athena's birth, Princess Beatrice assumed the patronage of Born, a charitable organisation dedicated funding research in premature birth, a connection whose personal resonance was widely understood. In July 2025, she undertook the patronage of the Chartered College of Teaching, a role previously held by Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. That November, she also became deputy patron of the Outward Bound Trust. Each of these appointments underscored a sustained effort to establish a durable and meaningful public role, yet none of these activities could have anticipated the profound events that subsequently unfolded. The extensive collection of documents known as the Epstein Files had been surfacing incrementally over several years, but a significant development occurred in January 2026 when the United States Department of Justice released a single tranche containing 3 million documents. This release included hundreds of references to the York family, most of which were considered incidental. However, one specific piece of correspondence proved particularly impactful within royal circles. An email, authored by Jeffrey Epstein, his lawyer Paul Tweed, in April 2011, contained a contentious claim. Epstein asserted that Sarah Ferguson had been the first to celebrate his release from a Florida prison in 2009, stating that she arrived with, in his precise words, her 2 daughters in W. At that time, Princess Beatrice would have been 20 years old and Princess Eugenie 19, implying the allegation that the 2 daughters accompanied their mother meet a convicted sex offender mere weeks after his release. Sources closely associated with the York family promptly and unequivocally refuted this claim. A contact, Speaking People magazine, confirmed that the princesses never encountered Epstein. Separately, another source informed The Telegraph that neither Sarah Ferguson nor her daughters retained any recollection of such a visit. The veracity of Epstein's claim remains disputed, as it is denied by all individuals connected to the family. However, these denials did not mitigate the broader impact, as the email emerged alongside another already damaging piece of correspondence, a separate message from 2011, penned by Sarah Ferguson herself, referred Epstein as a steadfast, generous and supreme friend. This revelation led multiple charities severing their ties with her. Further leaked messages indicated that Ferguson had sought financial assistance from Epstein, reportedly requesting up 100 Zolzad address personal debts. Royal author Robert Jobson, in an interview with People, articulated the private sentiments of the princesses, stating they felt pretty duped by the whole thing. He further reported that they had no idea and had believed their father, as Andrew Mountbatten Windsor had conveyed the consistent narrative that he had committed no wrongdoing. A pivotal moment arrived on February 19, 2026, which marked Andrew Mountbatten Windsor's 66th birthday. On this day, police officers arrived at his Sandringham residence in unmarked vehicles, leading his detention for 11 hours. He was charged with alleged misconduct in public office. Investigations in these allegations, which were derived from the 3 million Epstein documents, involved 9 distinct police forces across Britain. Buckingham Palace confirmed that it had not received advance notification of the arrest. A YouGov poll conducted shortly thereafter indicated that 82% of the British public supported the complete removal of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor from the line of succession. Reports described both Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie as very distressed and utterly horrified by these developments. Crisis discussions reportedly took place that weekend. Since that time, neither sister has visited their father at the Sandringham property where he currently resides. Princess Beatrice had attended Christmas at Sandringham in 2025, where she was photographed appearing composed alongside other members of the family. However, from the moment her father's arrest became public, her public appearances significantly diminished. Easter passed without her presence, as did the commemoration marking what would have been Queen Elizabeth's centenary. Current reports suggest that she will not participate in Royal Ascot as a member of the royal party this year, although she retains the option to attend in a private capacity. Ailsa Anderson, who previously served as Press Secretary Queen Elizabeth II, addressed the evolving situation in March 2026 during a widely circulated podcast episode. Her remarks concerning Princess Beatrice's constitutional position were carefully phrased yet unambiguous. Anderson stated her belief that questions could be explored about whether Beatrice remains a Councillor of State. This role allows Princess Beatrice act as a substitute for the monarch during periods of illness or absence, placing her among a select group that includes Queen Camilla, the Prince of Wales, the Princess Royal, the Duke of Edinburgh, the Duke of Sussex, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, and Princess Beatrice herself. Palace guidelines have historically maintained that only working royals should realistically be called upon to fulfill this capacity, which rendered Princess Beatrice's inclusion largely symbolic even prior these recent events. Anderson's commentary specifically questioned whether even the symbolic dimension of this role might now be subject to increased scrutiny. Regarding the question of titles, the official response from the palace has remained consistent. Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie retain their styles of Her Royal Highness and are not being penalised for the conduct of their parents. This position was mutually agreed upon by King Charles and Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. Anderson underscored that the sisters haven't been accused of any wrongdoing and characterised both women as charming, lovely, interesting and smart. However, she also articulated without reservation that the saga with their parents is going to have a knock-on effect on their lives. This anticipated knock-on effect is already manifesting, not in alterations titles or official constitutional documentation, but in the nature of invitations received, the public events attended, and the photographs captured. These are the metrics by which belonging is often understood within a royal family. In 2025, alongside her existing professional commitments, Princess Beatrice co-founded Purpose Economy Intelligence Limited with Luis Alvarado Martinez, a Spanish-born executive who had been affiliated with the World Economic Forum since 2021. This company is dedicated software development for both residential and corporate environments, in addition offering management consulting services. Concurrently, she transitioned from her vice president role at Affinity, serve as a strategic advisor there, commencing in June 2025. None of these professional ventures are contingent upon receiving a palace invitation, a characteristic that has consistently been integral her long-term planning. The photograph of her with the suitcase did not signify a formal announcement of departure or a definitive break from the royal institution. Princess Beatrice has not declared her intention leave, nor has the palace indicated any move compel her exit. Instead, the image captured a woman who has meticulously cultivated a life across two distinct trajectories: the royal world in which she was born and the professional career she independently forged. She now finds the disparity between these two paths widening in ways she did not choose and cannot readily reconcile. For years, Princess Beatrice navigated the complexities of her father's earlier scandal with a quiet dignity that garnered significant public empathy. She maintained her presence where possible, receded when necessary, and consistently avoided exacerbating the situation. As a daughter, she wore her grandmother's tiara, completed marathons, signed board papers, and raised 2 children, including one born prematurely, all without public complaint. Now, at 37, she confronts a set of circumstances for which her previous experiences offered no preparation: a father currently under criminal investigation, a mother whose name appears in files connected one of modern history's most egregious abuse cases, and a royal institution visibly contracting around the very family from which she originates. The 3 bags on the London pavement, the black cab moving away, and a destination yet to be named collectively underscore that, while the next chapter remains unannounced, the preceding one has quietly and irrevocably concluded.